Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, guys.
Hey.
It's always a happy Tuesday in Stadia, because of course it's when This Week on Stadia lands, and at the same time, as if by magic, it's Rokk's Blog Bash with my amazing, beautiful guests. Look at these gentlemen. From the top, we have Craig, aka Pedder Gaming. How are you, my friend? We have 4 Stars Gaming, our lovely friend Jon, joining us again.
How you doing?
Tell you what, let's do this official as if we're professionals. There we go. Look at that. Just sneaking in there, just at the tail end of the old Rokk thing there was our good friend Sammy in the cloud. How are you, Sammy?
I'm doing well. Still getting over you calling me beautiful.
To a man of my eyesight, everybody's beautiful, my friend. It's an age thing. You're better to refer to everybody as beautiful and not get a slap in the eye, I find. So all you could do. And of course, Aaron, Stadia Vet, who is here by the miracle of medical science with his new bionic knee, able to leap buildings in a single bound.
I wish.
How are you? How are you recovering?
Doing good. Slowly. I haven't started physical therapy yet, so I'll be crying tomorrow because therapy's not my favorite thing.
No,
I don't like to listen to them and do the work at home, so I get yelled at usually. So.
But having said all that, I am a bit of a stickler for the old TLC, so I quite like it if I have to go into hospital and you get pandered. Pandered? That's not the word, is it? You get slapped by a bear with one black eye. Pampered. That was the phrase. Yeah. You don't want to get pandered, do you? Right, listen, we're bang on time, as always, and guess what? We have a TWAS, and it's actually quite interesting. I thought we were just going to get a reminder of the pro games, but as it turns out, no, they've surprised us. We've got... you see a little sneaky clue there, Dark Side Detective, Trails of Cold Steel 4, and Borderlands 3. Why? Because free stuff, free play days have returned to the Borderlands. So 9 a.m. Pacific, which is midday Eastern and 5 o'clock in the UK, on Thursday, April the 8th, which is 2 days from now, so that will be Thursday, to the same times on Monday, the April the 12th, you can play Borderlands 3 for free with your Stadia Pro subscription. Vault Hunters, assemble your friends and prepare for all the 4-player mischief, mayhem, and madness that you can muster. Not yet a Stadia Pro member? Try it free for a month. So, as always, those of us, I don't know that there would be many people reading this that aren't a Stadia Pro member, but maybe they do. I don't know. If you want to join some of your favorite YouTube creators and some scrumptious Borderlands 3 chicanery, hop on to the official Borderlands YouTube channel at 11 a.m. on April the 11th, Pacific time, by the way, which is, I think, about 7 p.m. UK and about 2 p.m. in the East, and use Crowdplay to get into the game. Hosting creators will also be giving away Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition codes during the stream to select viewers. Don't miss it. So, any of you guys, official YouTube creators that have been brought into the chicanery? No raising of hands here, I see.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Last time there was something like that, it was they had a wrestler and someone else, didn't he? It was someone completely out of the blue last time, I think.
That was Austin Creed and Katie Wilson.
Austin Creed, that's right. He was a wrestler, but he has become a bit of a YouTube phenomenon, I think, hasn't he? Both are very professional, mind you. So, Crowdplay. Has Crowdplay been in Borderlands 3 before?
It hasn't. No, I think that's
I think this is new. I think
it was in at launch. Well, not launch of a game, but launch of Crowdplay. Borderlands 3 was one of them. But because it's not as well known as a multiplayer game, I guess not many people actually realised it. I think good friend of majority of us, Jem, he did a live stream on Borderlands 3 with Crowdplay.
Okay.
It works. It's pretty much like an invite system. So you'll go in, play through the missions. And I think certainly when Jem was doing it, you didn't get booted out manually after 3 games or however long. It's however long the streamers want you to stay in.
Right.
That might have changed. That was a while ago. I think that was back in December.
Yeah.
So,
John, you weren't aware of that Crowdplay in
No, I wasn't aware that it was for Borderlands 3. That's good. They're bringing that to light there, so more people, and plus giving away codes too for the game. So, hey, now's your chance if you don't have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that is very interesting. Of course, not that there's any connection whatsoever, but Borderlands 3 is a PS Now game as of, I think, today on PlayStation. Yeah. So whether the guys are doing a general promotion across all platforms or whether this is just coincidental, who knows? But Aaron, that's interesting to find out that Crowdplay's in there, and only Sammy knew about it.
Yeah, I haven't used much.
I pay attention. Sorry,
I haven't used much of the Crowdplay features, but there aren't a lot of them though that I'm aware of. It's nice to see more games getting that feature now.
Yeah, it seems to be locked up, and you have to. It's still in beta, so you have to apply for it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see it roll out to more games and just to everyone as well. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
But what I'm baffled by is Borderlands 3 was one of the early games to come out. Having said that, you did have screen share. Was it screen share or screencast with Breakpoint, which was quite an early game.
Oh, Stream Connect.
Stream Connect. Yeah. So it is feasible that there was a YouTubey thing kicking around back in those days. Nonetheless, very interesting. Official Borderlands YouTube channel. What happens if I click on that then? Where does it take us? Oh, the official Borderlands YouTube channel. How ironic. You can't see it. It looks the same. Don't worry. There's nothing special going on there. So, yeah, well, anyway, that is coming up on the 11th of April, which is, we're only 6 days. That's 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, a few weeks, a couple of months away. But the big thing here is obviously the free play days, which is a week. I think hasn't it been a free play day game before?
It has, yeah. Last time as well. It was reduced down to about £10 in the UK, I think. For the free play days, you could buy it for.
They seem to be doing a lot more with the free play days, though. Lately, I've noticed. One thing I've noticed with Stadia is they've been dropping free play or the weekends that though they'd start like midday or something like that. They're usually like a Tuesday to Saturday, and I'm just like, I guess some people say that's a weekend.
Yeah, it is weird how they used to call it the over the weekend, didn't they? But this is Thursday to Tuesday, I think, or no, it's Thursday to Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah.
April 8th to April 12th.
Thursday to Monday.
Thursday to Monday, beg your pardon. Yep. No, you're absolutely right. Well, it's kind of a weekend, I suppose, isn't it? If you're on shift work or something. If you're a politician, then or a judge, then you work for about a day a week, don't they? Bless them.
Of course.
Then we've got some other news. Dark Side Detective Season 1. Point, click, laugh. Classic graphical adventure gaming and puzzle solving with a hilarious bent that will keep you chuckling while you puzzle out the clues. Buy it in the Stadia store from this Thursday for the special price of $11.69 US, which is, I don't know, roughly £10 UK, 14 Canadian, something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Weirdo, they can never stick to the exchange rate, do they?
No. Well,
it was more in the UK than what it was.
They probably have somebody as good at maths at me working it out, Craig. That's the problem. Dark Side Detective, guys, what do we know? Has anybody played it? Is it new? Has it been out for a bit? Is it an old Switch game?
I think the sequel coming out middle of the month, isn't it? So it's been out for a while, I think, but I don't know what it's been on. But the next part's going out middle of the month.
It's an 8-bit by the look of that screen, which seems to be very popular at the moment. Not my cup of tea, but it certainly does tickle some trouts. Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel 4. That was mentioned. That's already. We knew that was coming, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was in that was in their JRPG post a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know why they popped it in again out of interest, because well, who knows? Any road up. In a world ablaze with war, heroes must unite. The members of Class 567 return to full-scale battles, political intrigue, and terrifically tuned turn-based mechanics. Good old 567. Deep dive into the latest entry in this hardcore JRPG series. Purchase it in the Stadia store from this Friday for $60. I better be good. Is it?
Yeah.
It's
JRPG turn-based. So it's also, if I remember correctly, coming out on Switch as well. So it's been out on PlayStation, I think. But
is it similar? It kind of looks like the Final Fantasy style. Is that what it's similar to? I mean, just by looking at the picture there, it kind of reminds me of that style of gameplay.
Yeah. The classic JRPG, and I mean, you're going to get like probably 80 to 100 hours of gameplay out of these games. Yeah, it's part of the NIS brought over the 3. So that just came out, the Trails of Cold Steel 3. That came out last week, and I know, like with these games, they give you like a previously on, so you don't have to have played 3 to play 4, or you don't have to have played 1 and 2 to pick up 3 and stuff like that. So it's pretty good if you like the JRPGs and are in it for the long haul. It's be a game to put on your wish list there.
So this is the trailer for it, which I thought we might as well pull up. I have no idea why it's in Bing, but there you go. So I see again, kind of passed me by the whole JRPG thing, but I'm led to believe that if you're into these things, you are massively into them. I mean, they are almost a cult game genre. You guys, does this kind of float your dinghy?
Not for me. It's not for me. I do know a few people who I guess it's cult-like, but yeah, it's not my type.
I don't know if I would try it. I mean, I like to try open the puzzle games. I'm not a fan of. I don't do puzzle games, but these kind I do, because I used to play like the Kingdom Hearts games, and those are along the same lines with the turn-based style stuff. Although they get a little bit more involved, but so I think I would give this one a go.
Yeah, this is definitely on my list here. I mean, I'm not a hardcore JRPG. Growing up, I loved the JRPGs, the 16-bit, and on Genesis and Super Nintendo and things like that, PlayStation as well. So it's good to see that this is being brought over to Stadia here, and just I'll give it a whirl for sure.
It looks. I mean, the trailer is definitely 4K 60, so potentially the game is. It's certainly that kind of style that gets away with being 4K, because of course it's relatively animated, very few colors, not a lot of genuine light needed, or the effect of light. So they can usually turn those things out at a high res. In terms of it being a turn-based, is that going to be like the other thing that my brain's just gone to sleep on as well, that we've got kicking around on whatever? I still haven't got over the weekend.
Still catching up on the sleep, I think.
Now, Are you thinking Dragon Quest? Is that what you're trying to
remember?
remember?
What I'm thinking about, John. I think I'm going to go turn-based.
No, I'm thinking of. I think of Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, that was it. Began with a B. I knew
okay. Okay, yeah.
To which I don't know because I've not played either. But
right.
I think you might be able to draw some similarities, but they're kind of different. It's like a East versus West type of thing. So it's kind of like that, but not really. So yeah, as you can see in the trailer there, it looks like it came out on PlayStation last fall, and I think it's now coming to Stadia and Switch, within the next couple of days here. So yeah, it's definitely one I have up for a review, and I'll be looking to play that. I guess I'm gonna be putting in some hard time here because it's pretty extensive on. Yeah.
Pretty a good lawyer.
Pretty extensive there. But no, yeah, I'll definitely be reviewing that for Best Buy Canada, and I'll more than likely, actually, I can say without a doubt, I'll stream at least a couple hours of it. Probably, I'm not going to stream the whole thing because that would be ridiculous. But I'll do a first look, an hour or two of the game, give everyone an idea, see what it's like. Who knows? It might, as you say, tickle your pickle.
Tickle your pickle. That's going straight in my book.
Yeah. That's the t-shirt slogan, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. It definitely is. Nothing wrong with a ticklish pickle. Right. So,
as long as it's a kosher dill, right?
Yeah, right. And light on the vinegar because that stuff stings, man. So this is the old talking of hot dogs. This is the Dark Side Detective. So yeah, as you can see,
this is like some brings back some serious retro nostalgia feel.
Yeah, it reminds me of
definitely got all the vibes.
It's like a
Mac game.
I like the VCR look too that it did on the screen.
Oh yeah, the flicker of noise.
Yeah, that was kind of a nice touch there.
Because it's there it goes.
Yeah,
it reminds me of those old Mac games that used. Who used to do them? LucasArts did them. I forget.
Yeah, LucasArts.
Monkey Island and all that stuff.
You know what? It kind of like Space Quest and some of those older ones from the DOS era too. Yeah, I might actually looking at the trailer. I might actually try this out.
It looks fun, doesn't it?
I mean, for $11, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's
give it a whirl. I think it's priced good, and like you said, it's got that pixel art there, and it reminds me of those games everyone mentioned here. Also, like Leisure Suit Larry, Maniac Mansion, those old Day of the Tentacle,
that was what I was
things
thinking
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I used to love those games.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah, you're right. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? And again, I do wonder whether when Stadia are commissioning these things or deciding what to commission, whether they're thinking about mobile and what would work on small devices. Because they seem to do, you've kind of got three here. We've got Borderlands, which is obviously on.
That's a big screen one. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, you're going to struggle to play on a mobile, whereas Trails, you could probably get away with either, but Dark Side's going to look amazing on your small device, and it doesn't require lots of finger dexterity, digitalis. So
okay.
Yeah, definitely. Then we got some deals. Never that interesting. Well, we could have a quick look and see. You never know, can't we? Might be something. Last week, of course.
I always want to know who comes up with the pricing, because I'm just like, when I think of things that are on sale, I always see like Stadia is the only place that I've ever seen where they'll do something that's $11.24 or something. Like only Google and Stadia are the only place I've ever seen these. Like I don't go to Walmart and I'm like, all right, is this for 11? Nope, it's not 11.24. I can't buy that. That's 5 cents more than I wanted to spend.
Every cent helps. Yeah, it's interesting because last week we noted that they were all Ubisoft deals, And somebody messaged me tonight and said
they seem to be the big one that they love putting sales on. I think for Stadia,
they do anyway. They are perpetually on sale somewhere, aren't they?
And that's always, you always hear people talking about, oh well, I'll just wait a couple of months because it'll be on sale, like a Ubisoft game. So
because you have the Ubisoft Connect, and I'm just like, I have that too. I pay $15 a month for it, and I still somehow end up buying all the games when they go on sale. Because a lot of times I can't pass up I'm just like, that's a really good sale, so I end up buying it anyways.
I'm like that. I just buy things because they're on sale a lot of the time. You never know. I might get around to playing it one day.
Exactly. Well, it's interesting because when we discovered last week that everything was Ubisoft, somebody messaged me tonight and said they've been able to, in Europe, and they've been able to connect their Stadia account or their Ubisoft Plus account to their Stadia account, although they couldn't see any games. And we sort of theorized last week whether the fact that all of that stuff was going on sale was because it was, leading up to the imminent release of Ubisoft Plus in Europe. So it could be a definite watch this space on that one, I mean, the big takeaway here is Dead by Daylight. I've claimed it, so I can't see.
Has that been on sale? That's been on sale almost since from the get-go, I think.
Has it? And I
know a lot of the add-ons. Yeah, these add-ons. Yeah. I've always seen those on sale, varying prices.
Right.
Yep. But there were so many add-ons for that game.
Do you guys? I mean, do you guys play Dead by Daylight? Do you?
I did, but a lot of times when I played it, I'm not very good at it. Whether it's the killer or
I'm awful.
So that's a lot of why I don't play it.
Emma loves it. I mean, Emma streams that more than anything else. I just can't.
Yes.
I'm terrible at it.
Emma plays it. Actually, is one of her main games, isn't it, Craig?
It is, yes. She's sadistic, so it's right to
Sammy won't go anywhere near the black arts or the occult, will you, mate? You're not having none of that.
No, people with meat hooks, no thanks.
No. You're a big Resident Evil 7.
And funny you ask. I haven't claimed Resident Evil 7 either, no.
No, I didn't think you would.
You know what? I have Resident Evil 7, but I had tested it out before it came to Stadia. I tried it on Luna.
Yeah.
And there were people that were recording screenshots of me, video recording it, because it was funny when I would scream or jump out of my seat, partly because I played it at night, lights were dim, so that didn't help things. So I'm just like, I'm not doing that again on Stadia. I'll wait till the next one comes out.
I don't know whether there's something wrong with me, but I don't find that stuff frightening. I played Blair Witch on my own in the garage with all the lights off all the way through, and I just really enjoyed it.
I think my problem is you get those scenes, and it's like watching a movie, and it goes quiet, and something's going to happen, and it happens, and you still jump.
or even like when you're getting chased, I get that gut feeling like, oh crap, even though I know it's not real or anything, but I just kind of get that feeling in the pit of my stomach, and it's just like,
yep. I can't do it.
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly. Destiny 2 Beyond Light, we're probably getting at least midway through that season now, aren't we? Which is probably why they're dropping the price down.
Right.
I should know. I was playing it yesterday, and I should know how far through the season they are.
They're quarterly, aren't they, Sammy? The seasons.
Let's go with that. Yeah, quarterly. Yeah.
Unless
someone wants to correct us in the chat, they're quarterly.
I think there's 3 or 4 a year, aren't there? So it's probably about 3 months. So I reckon it must be getting close to the end of Beyond Light. Which, where are we? We're 4th in. So did it come out around Janvier? Around January? Yes, it did, Rokk. I thought so. Yeah. So that's your Destinies going
That's a pretty
out
good deal for the basketball game I saw.
Oh, down here, NBA.
Yeah.
About $20. Give or take on the exchange rate, I reckon.
Yeah.
The other thing to bear in mind, actually, Craig, I think this comes back to your point earlier about exchange rates, and Stadia Krampus made the point as well in chat. We have tax added on in our prices, whereas in the States they don't. They have to add it on when they go to pay. So there is always about a 20% difference, because by law we have to have the tax shown at the point of sale. So even though that's $20-ish. It probably isn't. Although some unscrupulous American retailers add the same and still add the 20% as well. So what the heck?
Yeah,
why not? If you can, why not, eh?
Right, exactly. We're always going to pay, aren't we? But yeah, you've got a slew of sporting apps. Are these all EA?
Can I say I'm shocked.
Yeah. Oh no. NBA is 2K, and then PGA Tour would be the EA.
Right. Okay.
I'm shocked you haven't bought PGA, Rokk.
Me, I'm not into sports at all. I'm really not.
It sounds like a perfect game to complement your style. It's just sort of nice, laid back.
I should do, but who was it said it was a nice walk ruined? Was it Winston Churchill? I think somebody said nice walk ruined. Yeah, why have you got to make it competitive? Let's just walk around this field for a couple of hours and have a chat. I'm not. I do support our local football and rugby football teams, but quite honestly, I was useless at school. In fact, I never forget, I was hauled up in front of the headmaster for falling asleep on the cricket pitch. When I went in, everybody had gone in. And when I went in to see him, all the teachers were like, I was like, sorry.
That's as opposed to falling asleep watching cricket on the TV.
Yeah, that's a definite 100%. That is gonna. It's a great thing to watch if you're an insomniac, isn't it? Elder Scrolls Online. There's of course there's that would probably coincide with the fact that we've got this thing at the moment to play Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, 2 weeks free.
It's also free play.
Free play. Yeah.
Well, because they're prepping for that new release that's going to be coming out for Elder Scrolls. I can't think of the name of it. Blackwater. Yeah. I don't. But it's going to be on Stadia for the first week only. It's got like some that when it releases, I know it's going to be on Stadia only for the first week before it releases to consoles or anybody else.
Timed exclusive.
Yeah, so Stadia gets access, so people can stream it if you get it on Stadia. I know you can stream that one. Stadia only has access to it for the first week, and then it goes to everybody else afterwards, which was kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that must have been in place before the Xbox acquisition, I imagine.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, I'm sure there was some hair pulled down that deal.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'll take it. At least it gives Stadia one up there because there's not many that we get access to prior to. I mean, there's been a few, but that's a pretty big one. I think there's a lot of people that play that game.
I'd say that's the biggest deal they've got yet. If that's the case.
Yeah, definitely. I think the streamers as well does bring a lot of attention to it too. Yeah. Good attention to Stadia if they change, but
yeah. When is that going live? Do you know?
I do not know right off the top of my head.
Is it June? For some reason, I'm thinking June, but I'm not 100% sure.
June's when a lot of releases are. I mean, kind of around that sort of time, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then you've got your Legends of the Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3 to go alongside 4. And that's, virtually half. Well, it is exactly half price. So, again, if that floats your boat, you've got a few consumable bits and pieces, some add-ons for that. They're all... and then you've got Cold Steel Digital Limited Edition, whatever that does. But that's a little bit more. It's digital and it's limited.
No. I
won't bother asking.
Go on, Sammy. Go on. You know you want to.
How is it limited when it's digital?
I don't know. They only sell 48 of them.
Yeah.
48. So that's everyone on Stadia gets 7 copies, yeah?
They're all numbered, 1 to 48, and signed by the developer, which is an amazing deal.
In the cloud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ultimate Brawlers Pass. Lots of bold men and a woman, if that's your thing.
Is Austin Creed in that one?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, according to Anthony, and your mama knows that he's still kicking around. He's in the WWE, which is the next one that's on discount. Another 50% off on that one as well. WWE 2K Battlegrounds. That's the full game, isn't it? So that's actually not a bad deal at all. And then another digital deluxe edition. This one's not limited though, so you can sell and buy as many as you like. Yeah. But it does have gold leaf around the edges, because it's deluxe.
Of the digital game files, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So them's your deals. Very nice too.
So I did look it up real quick. The Blackwater Bethesda or Blackwood is what it's actually. It comes out June 1st on Stadia.
Gotcha.
It says PC Max Stadia on June 1st, followed by releases for the consoles June 8th. So it's still I'll take that as a win for Stadia over the fact that they get something over your consoles.
And particularly over Xbox, considering it's
true. Very true. That's interesting. Very interesting. So there you go, gents. That was This Week on Stadia, which is good. So let me just recap. We've got a weekend plus a day or two either side to play Borderlands 3. We got Dark Side Detective. I think it was. Actually, I don't remember when it said it was coming. Was it this Thursday?
Thursday, I believe.
Thursday, April 8th.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thank you. April 8th. So that's this Thursday. Friday, Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 4. So essentially, this is just what's coming out this week, is why it's being repeated there. We just had a quick look at the deals. There are other deals if you're not a pro member, which is always awesome.
And the only deal for a pro member at the minute is I can't remember the name of it now. It's gone from it. Killer Queen Black is literally the only game as a pro sale at the moment. So I'm just looking at a bit of smell there.
It launched as a pro. It launched as a pro deal as well, didn't it? I think
it did.
Yeah. Great game. Have you tried? Any of you guys tried that yet?
I have. Yeah.
What do you think, John?
I have. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, there's a lot going on the screen. So at first it might seem a little overwhelming, but no, it's great fun, and it's got crossplay too. And there's 3 different ways on it you can win. It's either by killing the opposing team's queen 3 times, or by collecting these berries and bringing them back to your hive or home base and a certain amount. Or and this is the funniest thing, is there's a snail, and you fight for between the other team of like ownership of the snail, and you can ride it across the screen and over, past the finish line on your side, or your opponents grab it and they take it onto the other side. You could throw yourself in front of it so the snail eats you to sacrifice, slow it down, give your teammates time to get to you and try and get the person off there. So yeah, it's great fun. Yeah, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually played it on the developers are lovely. And I played it with Stadia Dad and Dave Codex one Friday night. At that time, it was pre-launch Stadia, so they gave us PC codes. And then they gave us Stadia codes last week, but just as great. It's just good fun. I've never seen it as an arcade game, but apparently it was originally an arcade box, and it's very sort of on the money. Plays exactly the same as in the arcade, but you're right, it's cross-play. So you can play with anybody. Thank you very much, Stadia Vet Gaming. That's very sweet of you. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Stadia Vet Gaming. Team Rokk for the win. Bless you, my friend. Yes, it's crossplay, so you can play with your PC mates, or I think it's on Xbox as well. But it is a great game.
Definitely needed for a game like that, isn't it?
Yeah,
you do need the crossplay for a big multiplayer like that, and it wouldn't work. I think it wasn't.
I know when I saw the trailer, I watched the trailer for that Floor Kids, and I started a trend.
Yeah, thank you, my friend.
But I just the Floor Kids, it looks fun, but to me, I don't think that's one that I would probably play. It doesn't seem my style of gameplay, but it does look cute. I think it's nice to see. To me, it seems like it's a family style game, which is good to have. It's good to see more of those style games coming in.
Yeah, you're 100%, Aaron. It is very much a family game. When I first played it, full disclosure, I wasn't quite sure what the heck I was doing. So you do need to do the kind of intros and the tutorials, but it didn't take very long. And then we played with the devs that day. And we learned a few little tips and tricks from them. I mean, they were handing it to us, but it was good to see what they were doing to hand it to us.
Your Dancing Day is a bit behind you now, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's been a while since you've hit the floor.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it's great. And Craig, thank you so much for becoming a Team Rokk member.
I'm not left out of it.
Very kind of you. Thank you, my friend. I really do appreciate that.
Okay, everyone else in the chat starts signing up. Guys.
Yeah, there's 33 watching. Get into Team Rokk. You get a lengthy post every Sunday. It's amazing. So we're winding back the clock, ladies and gentlemen. A few days. The other day we had a post from Stadia to announce these two games, which I have to say again, if this is the kind of thing that floats your boat, these look really good. Floor Kids, which is it's a music sort of turn. I mean, you kind of do all the stuff you do with music, and Bloodstained, which is a Metro Void Castlevania thing or something. I don't know what that's all about, but.
And that popular. Was I'll just touch on the Bloodstained there. So that was actually started out as a Kickstarter back in 2015, really? And it's actually developed by one of the people that made the Castlevania. So it's basically like a spiritual successor to Castlevania, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I like the Castlevania series. I did when I played it. I'm trying to think what did I play it on? I don't know what other platform I played it on. There were a few performance issues here or there, but overall, it's if you like Castlevania, this is right up your alley here, and it's interesting. No, go ahead.
Oh no! I was just gonna say it kind of reminds me like some of the mobile games that are based on this stuff. The way it looks briefly when it's with some of the graphics, and then you can realize that it's much more. But it does. I do see the Castlevania style gameplay too, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. So it's also interesting what brings to note, and Jem mentioned it the other day on Twitter. Is it's published by 505 Games, right? And so that's it. We're starting to see a couple of games from them, and he speculated as to see, well, maybe we'll see, Control, or is there some other games from that publisher? So that's interesting and definitely something to watch for.
That's a good shout. And let's face it, we are currently, I think, the only platform that exists that doesn't have Control on it. They've pimped that thing everywhere, haven't they? Yeah. You can find guys giving Control away on street corners. It's that. For some bizarre reason, we don't have it. Although I've played it, I loved it. It's a great game. Yeah. But yeah, it would be great to see Control come to Stadia, because it really pushes platforms to the limit, doesn't it, when you play it on its highest settings? And it'd be great to see that, to really push Stadia and the hardware to the limits. But as you rightly say, published by 505, developed by ArtPlay, Metroidvania. I mean, to be, full disclosure, I never did any of the old school consoles, so Metroid and Castlevania and stuff didn't really happen for me. But I am again aware there's a massive retro gaming thing kicking around at the moment, isn't there? Yeah. And I'm guessing it's gentlemen like you that are, a few years away from middle age, but on your way there, and you're reminiscing of the old times when you had your mates around with a split.
Hold on.
maybe with the exception of Sammy.
I'm going to time this over with Sammy on this one, I think. Together, Sammy.
I can't speak for the rest of you, but me, no, I'm not a few years away from
well, maybe Sammy never had a split. I'm sure he got with his mates. I'm sure it happened. I'm sure you played Metroid Castlevania or whatever it was called. And then the other one, and this is really good. I love the look of this. Because when I first thought, hang on, break dancing, well, does anybody break dance anymore? But this has got some pedigree. Yeah. I mean, the graphics are some apparently he's a famous artist called Jon. I don't know. You guys may have heard of him.
I've heard.
No, I hadn't.
Never.
No, I know. But
Jon. No,
hey, hang on. Jon. There he is. Award-winning animator Jon. Oh. So good they named him twice. But you see, you've got this thing, so you have to do stuff to the beat. There's 100 different tunes to unlock, and they've all been created by Kid Koala. Ever heard of Kid Koala? No, 5 gets you 10. He's from Australia anyway. I think that's a safe bet.
Is he going to be copyright striking all the streams of this game?
Almost certainly, which is why that's why I don't have the audio on, because I'm fairly certain that is the case. But as you can see, it's actually won a slew of awards, and it does actually look good. There's a number of different sort of game style plays going on in there. Again, all kind of loosely. So you can actually, I think there's a multiplayer where you can challenge somebody to do some moves, and then you sort of have to throw stuff at them and put them off and all that kind of malarkey, which is cool. So yeah, there's a number of games going on in here, all around hip hop and breakdancing, making your way through the town there.
It'd be interesting to see what they price that at. I'm just curious. I don't know on other platforms what the current price is, but to me that looks somewhere between like maybe a $10 and $15 game, something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
I can't see it going. I can't see it going over that. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
I'd be amazed if it was much more than that, to be fair.
And I could see that. I could see that one being eventually becoming a pro game. Down the road.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
It's £15.99 on the Switch.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to imagine a similar price to that, Sammy, wouldn't you think?
Right.
When it hits. So that would be what, about $20, I guess, US, which is maybe top end of because I mean, thing here, it's a Canadian game, by the way. Out of it,
I see that.
Yeah, did you see that? It was just
Yes, I saw that too. Canada. I don't know why.
Canadian media. That's a kind of malarkey, I would say. It is from Canada, and also it's even dated 2021. Now I don't know if that's because it's coming to us in this year, or whether that's because it's actually that new.
No, it's not, because I'm looking at it. It came December 2017 to Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it here now. It's on Switch in Canada. Here, it's $19.90.
Oh.
So like you said, your $20 guess was probably right. So
pretty much, yeah.
And
I did actually notice in the blurb it mentions about some famous actors, and Cloud Gamer 201's just mentioned it's got Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead, and Guillermo del Toro. Not only Hellboy 2003, of course, Guillermo was also in Death Stranding as well. Plays a role in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's got some pedigree. This thing, it really does. And I kind of think it does look fun. I just think, my fear is how many of us are going to actually be able to stream it with the music playing. That's going to be the problem.
We'll just have to volunteer somebody to take one for the team to try.
Yeah,
that's what I think of you guys with each. Just you guys will stream it, and then I'll work out what I want to do.
I begged he's Clive Illenden. Clive's all right. He's up for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, Floor Kids, April 14th. We don't need to wait very long for it. It's only a few days. And as you've said, probably around $20 mark, £15. Bloodstained, no release date on that one by the look of things.
Was there not one at the top of the post?
Was it at the very top?
Things? Oh no, that was April 14th for Floor Kids.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
okay. Okay, ignore me.
No, I just wondered whether it was the same day, but just there's 2 games coming soon, and then one of them is obviously the breakdancing Floor Kids.
I do like that they're pushing more games out, though. They because with everybody having something to complain about when it comes to Stadia, and I'm like I can't even stream half the stuff. I mean, I stick to certain games that I constantly stream, but my catalog keeps growing. So
it's
it's a good variety.
I want to play other stuff, but I go to the same. I go back to Red Dead, or I go back to Watch Dogs, and the usual games I play that I'm comfortable playing and streaming. But I'm just like, I need to branch out and start streaming some more, diving more into this catalog.
And we now start complaining there's too many games on Stadia.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
What's wrong with us?
Bit of a backlog now. Slow down.
We should
for
start
losing.
slapping ourselves with a birch, you know.
and on that note too, again, I think it was Jem as well that mentioned that
37.
we're already at 37 games already.
Well,
and last year it took us to July to get that many.
Well, and remember, there's still a ton that have been rated for Stadia that just aren't, like Mafia, which who knows if that'll ever happen. Paw Patrol was announced, and you know, I'm gonna be the first one to stream Paw Patrol.
Of course, right?
I'll let you have that.
Yep.
You look
Have
at
a SpongeBob Paw Patrol marathon.
Yeah.
24 hours charity stream. Let's do it.
Some spittlings at the end of it.
You know, I don't know if I could do a 24-hour stream of SpongeBob.
It'll take me 2 hours to finish it.
just do 12 hours SpongeBob and then 12 hours Paw Patrol. Yeah.
There you go.
We'll
See? Yeah.
And then go insane.
Yeah, go insane. We'll volunteer Ray for a 24-hour SpongeBob marathon.
Oh, listen, don't. He wouldn't want to be doing that. And as Stadia Mania Lee says, bless his little socks. Football Manager 21.
Yep.
I know, mate. I know. They keep promising you, and then they take it away, don't they? Bless him. Yeah, it'll come eventually. May not be this year or next year. Ray says, as for that, he said, hell no!
I think he means yes.
SpongeBob. I played a bit of SpongeBob the other day. Actually, it wasn't bad. It was playable.
Yeah,
it was quite.
It surprised me. So I haven't played it, but watched my son play it, and it looked all right. I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
it's good. Okay.
It's not like some of the weird games that have come recently where it looks like it's great for your kids, and then 5 minutes in,
Blake Stadia Blake Stadia said he'd donate £2,500 for me alone to do a 24-hour SpongeBob.
The gauntlet is down.
How many days can we get Duncan off Twitter for that?
But Duncan's been sneaky. I spotted this. He's come off as 1-2, but he's still on as Cloudy, so he's getting it in there.
No.
Oh, is it not him?
He doesn't run the Cloudy account. Thank God, we'd never get to numbers we have.
Emma says, "Oh, sorry, wrong one." There she is. Emma says she would also, she would also pay $2,500 to see that. Guys, seriously,
well spent.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh dear. I don't think we want to be seeing this truthfully, do we? But you're right. I mean, they said that the 100 games coming. I mean, they're going to smash through that in the next month or two. The way that the speed of this is going.
It's a good problem to have. Definitely a good problem to have. Too many games.
Definitely. Yep.
And you
good
think
variety as well. They're not all the same. There's like lots of different games going, which I like. So it's not all for everyone, but there's something there for everyone.
Yeah, but you think all the big games that have been delayed recently, Chorus, Humankind, Riders Republic, Far Cry 6. So he's still got some big games coming later in the year.
That's
Far Cry 6, I think, is like the biggest one that I think a lot of people are waiting for, because that's going to be a brand new, like isn't that going to be like kind of like the first brand new game to Stadia in a sense? I mean, for the year when it comes out, because it's not like an older game that's been out on the consoles.
Outriders,
and Outriders
and Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And Doom Eternal.
Well, I'm hoping.
What else have the Russians ever done for us?
We're shooting what category are we using here? Because I got the F1 2020, but
but no,
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how like Far Cry 6 holds up, because I remember what happened with Cyberpunk and how it ended up. Everybody said, if you want to play Cyberpunk, find a Xbox Series or a PlayStation 5 if you can, or play it on Stadia. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens, if that applies to Far Cry 6, if they have the same kind of issue.
And obviously when it comes out, if the consoles are still hard to get hold of, then more points.
Yeah.
Have they given
now, you still can't get
date
one,
yet
can it?
For Far Cry 6?
Don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so either.
I seem to think I remember reading something about June, but that might be a rumor.
I had June in my head, Sammy. I know that it was meant to come out sort of just after Christmas time, wasn't it?
Yeah, February.
Yeah.
And then
is a game even a game if it doesn't get delayed now?
Yeah, as well.
So Ubisoft has said after April 2021, but no later than March 2022.
Right.
There you go. This is the when does Stadia arrive on the Chromecast Google TV argument again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So the last few minutes that we've got, guys, just a couple of minutes, I thought we'd have a quick look in at Stadia Source, your number one source for Stadia news and reviews, and just to see what news there is. And you mentioned Humankind, which, as we know, they rightly said that they're having to delay a little bit. They want to do some more finishing touches to it.
I'm kind of excited for this game.
Yeah,
it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up playing the Civilization franchise, and I played it from the very beginning, from the DOS days all the way up to Civilization 6. So this one, I wouldn't stream this, but I would play this. I would play this offline. I don't know if this would be a streamable game. I tried that, and it's just. I don't think I could get away with streaming that because I think I would bore everybody out of their mind.
I mean, look at those graphics, though. I mean, he looks real. He looks brilliant. That is ray tracing and all sorts going on. There's a bit of 8-bit in the corner there. That didn't work, did it?
Well, they do the same thing with Civilization 6. You watch the trailer for it, and when the game starts, and then when you get into the game, you're just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a bit let down. I'm just like, I want a game like that, like how it is in the trailer.
The thing about this game is, for me, this is like, if you're going to play this, you really, really got to invest in it. Because there's so much. I think if you just pull it up and try and think you're going to instantly come away with some kind of gratification, you're mistaken, because it's such a deep. I mean, these are like those incredibly complex board games that people devote all their time to playing, like Civilization. And that's my problem, because I am literally like a butterfly in terms of attention span. If I can't pick it up in 2 minutes, I'm moving on. I'm packing up and moving on.
But it's interesting to see how much detail they're putting into this before it releases. I mean, they want every detail to like build your civilization and all of that. So it's kind of neat to see they're going like, to me, it's like they're going the next step from what the Civilization franchise does. This is like this is the whole nother level.
This is like you could probably play this for years on end, and still find something new, or you're going to definitely get your money's worth out of this if you're into it.
I could see this one doing pretty well on Stadia.
Yeah,
because especially with the whole being one device Stadia on every device, that's going to be the key for this, is because there were, I remember when Civ 6 came to like phones and tablets, it didn't get the greatest feedback. This, was obviously is designed to do exactly that. It'll be playable everywhere. So I think this is going to cater to a lot of people that are interested in those games and this is like a first for Stadia to have.
Especially when you say as well, with it like being where you can play it over the course of years. If you change your laptop or you change your phone, you've still got the game going with you throughout.
Exactly.
And the same one. They're not having to port it to work with Android tablets or iOS tablets. It's literally the same game.
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, I can't knock it. It looks amazing, but it to me, it's almost like Crater. There's so much. There's so much under the surface that to really, really get the value, you've got to be prepared to put in the time. But I genuinely think if that's you, this is going to be a hugely rewarding game. It's just stunning the work that's gone into this.
Oh yeah, when you and I remember trying when they gave the demo for it. And they tell you, you scroll your mouse to zoom in, and it's just the detail was phenomenal.
Yeah, gorgeous. Did they give a date on when they were pushing it back?
August.
I think it said August when you had the Stadia Source website up. So scroll it there. You go, August 17th.
Yeah. Okay, well, something to look forward to in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
Very good. What else caught my eye when I was flicking through? This is interesting, actually. Instinction developer could look to bring the game to Stadia. Instinction. Is this the one where you are a dinosaur?
I believe so. I first saw it posted. Someone commented in the Stadia Reddit about this, and it's supposed to be, at least from what I understand, it's like the spiritual successor to Dino Crisis, or heavily influenced by it. I think so. I think this is the one, and that they've there's been a stir about it, and the developers take note that a lot of people have commented about Stadia. So.
Oh, really? So is that where this speculations come from? The developers,
I think so. Yeah. That they've noted that a lot of people have mentioned this because it uses Unreal Engine. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same game. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it?
I'm talking about.
Isn't it dangerous to be similar to what we had with Rust recently as well, though?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk, and until they kind of put their money down, it's difficult to know how. It does look great though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks great, and more games on stage would be brilliant. But it's whether the developers have that capacity. And
right,
and Ark's another one that's still due to come to Stadia at some point.
Yeah,
Ark Survival. They they announced that, so I just don't know when that one's going to drop. So that I think that's going to be a big one.
Developers tweeted on it saying excited to release it and on par with the PC version, and it's just all gone quiet from that. So I think it's ready. So what's taking so long? I mean, they're playing it. Why can't we?
I think has it been rated by the boards? Have we got a PEGI rating for it? Or something?
I think so.
Yeah, because they said about it at the Good Stuff event, and they said it was going to be a pro game in the new year. So that much we knew.
Quarter.
But didn't we also hear? Didn't the developer mention something like May, like by May or something? I don't know.
There's some
DLC.
There's some DLC maybe in that.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see if that's a May Pro game then, and if it's not a May one, then we've still got 6 months of
I could have sworn they said Q1 2021.
I think so.
Obviously, would have been March, which it wasn't.
Yeah, early 2021 it was. Early 2021.
Yeah. To be fair, I've played it a couple of times other places, and I can't get on with it. It looks amazing, but
it does. My kids like it. They played it on Xbox and some of the other systems that it was available to. So I think that's one that they would love to. They would play. I tried it too. It's like for me. It's I can't get into it. It's like trying to get into Minecraft and some of the other stuff and Fortnite and all these other ones that the younger kids play, and I can't do those.
The younger folks.
What are you trying to say?
Gentlemen, we're almost old. Welcome to my world. We're almost at the top of the hour, and of course, as is the tradition of the Bash Network, we need to move over to make way for the next, which is actually the aforesaid Clive is in the guise of Lord Kensal coming up straight after. So we don't want to crash into Clive.
Clive is Lord Kensal.
No, well, apparently he is. Yes.
I couldn't tell by the sunglasses, right? Yeah, the sunglasses totally had me fooled.
Yeah, once he takes the glasses off, it's like Clark Kent, isn't it? He's there. You know exactly who it is. Gentlemen, as always, a fantastic show. Let's quickly just do a quick. So Craig, otherwise known as Pedder, is at Pedder_tech on Twitter. Does amazing tech reviews actually, as well as a bit of game streaming. Just had a little baby. Congratulations, my friend. As you can see, it's he's not looking too tired, so you know who's having to look after it, don't you?
I need my beauty sleep more than Emma does.
Fair shout.
I need a good 12 hours.
Yeah. John, my good friend from the Best Buy blog. Who's our regular for Scars Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us. Anything interesting coming up this week? No, good. Let's move on to the next one then. You've had your chance, mate. I'm moving on. Sammy, thanks for joining us and actually sticking it out for the whole show, because I know you weren't sure if you'd be able to make it. But it's always good to see you in your office there, where you book out the cabs. Hope business is good for you. Down at Sammy's Uber Cabs, and Aaron with his bionic knee. looking wonderful on that opiate they've given you. Very good of you to join us. Are you going to be doing any streaming this week?
I'm going to try. As always, I stick to my routine schedule of 1 to 3 shows a day.
Yeah, that's the best way to be.
No real schedule, but yeah, I'll be out and about watching and streaming as best I can.
Wow, it's fantastic to see you. Thank you. Yeah, SpongeBob's the one. We're going to say goodbye quickly.
I saw I'm up to 5,000 pounds, so I apparently
not even
spoken.
Yeah, and they didn't mention charity either, so you can pocket that. There you go. Yeah. Say goodbye, everybody.
See you.
Bye. 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 Now.